Okay, ladies and gents, for those of you that just enjoyed my stream today, I hope you guys had a good time. I'm actually going to show you how to beat the Heroic Escalation this week. And the build that I've got is using the Savate Bond, Electric Cruelties from Malkirion, Parasitic Cell, Pulse Cell. Special is going to be Reaper's Dance, Mod Hurricane Blades, and Savate's Bond, guaranteed. Alright, now we've got yourself some Iceborne right here. Skarn's Defiance with Etheric Attunement, Sight of Stone with Toughness Cell. You've got Mantle of Thorns with Etheric Attunement Cell here. You've got your Boreal Might with the Berserker Cell. And you've got your Boreal March with the Predator Cell. Now, what this is going to give you overall in terms of perks, I'm going to go through them right now. Okay, you've got your +6 Etheric Attunement, and of course the build, by the way, you can refer to it in the description of the video. Etheric Attunement to make your Lantern cooldown faster. You've got your Predator, because you should try to avoid taking hits. Pulse, so that you can take full advantage of the Savate Bond. Tenacious, alright, because you've got plenty of hit points with this build. You've got 1,550, so that's going to give you 30% damage bonus. Berserker, okay, you've got about 20% going on, which is really, really good. You've got your Toughness to increase your healing from Iceborne in case you get into trouble. And Parasitic will also help you reduce damage if you get into trouble. I like to always have at least +3 when I go into Heroics. Alright, and I'm going to show you how we kick the ass of the Heroic right now. Alright, for those of you that don't want to watch it, you can just like, share, and subscribe right now. Don't forget to drop a tip if you want to keep the channel running. You can drop a tip via the link in the description of the video, become a channel member, and get various perks. You can send super thanks on YouTube or purchase RealAsianRobot merchandise. For those of you that have not done Heroics or you just want to see how it's run, okay, I should actually watch the combat showcase. It's going to take a while, but I've got some great piano music playing, and I'm going to show you how to kick ass, alright? So, what you need to understand with this build is that mainly your main focus of this whole thing is to utilize your dodging and your chain blades movements to basically get into a better situation continuously, and that's all you want to do. All right, that's all you want to do continuously. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Okay, it's a relatively simple process, but effectively you're just utilizing it for positioning as well as cooling down the Savate's Bond, and that in turn helps you get everything done super fast. Alright, so your first creature is a Ragetail Gnashher. This is a perfect example. Now, if it hits you hard, that's okay. Look, I've taken a lot of damage and lost my Predator Bond. Ooh, this should be the end of the world, right? No. That is far from the case. Continue using your Hurricane, Whirling, Spinning wherever you can. That's always useful. Alright, but don't let yourself be drawn into the whole, oh, you know, these things do a lot of damage, I should be worried. No, don't even panic on that, alright? You miss? No problem. Listen, it happens. This is normal combat. This is not edited clips of combat that's going to show you a fake-ass picture. Alright, this is what real combat looks like, and this is it. Okay, you just have to deal with it, you know? And when you get a good shot, utilize what you have, hit hard, and just don't forget though that this is heroic. If you end up taking tanking a lot of blows via the like Iceborne Omnicell ability, you know, things can go pretty badly for you. But do try and time your Reaper's Dance drops and you're going to have no issues whatsoever. And let your Savate's Bond take care of most things. Alright, when you're low on stamina, it's okay to just focus on using your light attacks. Alright, let that build you up. keep slamming your Reapers. And your dodging is gonna cool down your Savate bonds even faster, so there's that. And then basically you're just ripping and tearing your opponent to pieces. That is literally all you're doing. And if you get a shock proc, that's even better. Now, might be a bit difficult since you often have to dodge like a lot, but again, you know, not a big deal. Do what you can where you can. And if you accidentally, like me, go up too high without actually having properly planned stuff, that's okay. It happens. Keep getting those slams on. And you will just keep throwing Savate UEs out as well. And you'll just see things die off, just like that. So, although it is a tough escalation, you're dealing with things fast. Alright? Ragetail Gnashher is known for being one of the most annoying, especially at heroic levels. But here you are, you're completely destroying him. Get something like Thrill of the Hunt to increase your base damage. That's always a good choice. We'll see what the next creature is. I like to dash in early. I think I see a Sporestruck Charrogg over there. Now keep in mind you are going to take hits, okay? You're not infallible, you're not invulnerable. You are far from any of that. So take your hits with pride, heal up, use your Iceborne to heal up, use your Parasitic for your damage reduction, and use, for God's sake, yes, Reaper slamming is great, but if you don't use your momentum the way it's meant to be used, you're going to end up in a bad situation, and nobody can help you with that. Okay, there's literally nobody on the planet that can help you with that. Now, when you get the chance to mount him, this is one of the only times where the Sporestruck Charrogg is very interesting. I like to use the mounting phase. And then down. Come on, you can do better. There we are. Phew! Whole battlefield is covered in thorns, but that's just what we gotta do. Now sometimes, against creatures like this, there's really nothing much you can do because they're super annoying. But at the very least, if you're running something like this, you won't die. Okay, so that's something to think about. You won't die at least, so. Okay, there's that. Now, during these moments, I know I'm going to lose Predator, and some people often ask me, yeah, your heroic build, if you're going to just lose Predator during those moments, why would you even use it? Well, number one, you don't lose it all the time. It comes back in 15 minutes, and here's the thing. While you are while you are fighting, sometimes there's going to be a trade-off, and for me the trade-off is very simple. Sometimes I'm willing to sacrifice that predator because it means I can get a lot more hits in, and that means better overall damage. Alright, so that's the time that I'll trade it off, because guess what? I can get it back. So there's no sense in me to fret or panic about it, like as if I'm gonna completely lose everything, you know? That's not the way it works. So that's why a lot of people are scared to use predator, because they're like, I suck at dodging, it's not gonna be up a lot. It comes back really quickly. So again, you know, don't let that decide whether you use it or not. I mean, you've seen me get hit plenty of times. Okay, you know I take hits. It happens. But if that makes you scared to use a particular cell that technically is very, very helpful, you know, then that's not right. Oops, sorry. Don't know why I was doing that combo there for a second. See, that easy. Okay. Another 2 behemoths down. We are currently at 11 minutes. That took about 5 minutes for 2 of them. But we did have an elemental advantage, so there's that. I'll choose Locus of Power. This seems to work fairly well. Okay. Okay, Bloodshot Shrowd. Now, Bloodshot Shrouds can be very annoying in the heroics because, well, they're tough. Not in the sense that they're difficult, by the way. They're tough in a different sense of the word. As in, they literally have freaking leathery skin. They hit not very hard, but they are overall annoying to fight, simply because of how much hit points they have. So to fight them, and their attacks are annoying. So to fight them properly, one of the biggest things you can do is to just keep on whacking. You got no choice in the matter anyway. And sometimes if you have to heal off your clone, just do it, because their clone is there. It's easy to fight. You know, if they're gonna summon it, then let them. But you know, heal off it. Use your clone for healing. And if you want to, you can kill the clone too. Alright, Bloodshot Shrowd combat can take a while, but again, it's really not a big deal. Knock it down, use your abilities, get that Iceborne out there. So once again, I'm gonna just take my time to defeat their clones because dealing with one Bloodshot Shrowd, annoying enough. But the good thing is that Bloodshot Shrouds have generally like a lot of easy to dodge patterns. So although their clone is going to keep getting summoned, they have plenty of easy to dodge patterns that you can, you know, basically use to get some extra stuff done. But their hit points are ridiculously high, so just remember that because they have an excessive amount of hit points. They're like Shrouds, but bigger and with more meat on their bones. Now with the Bloodshot Shrowd, normally if it's just a normal Shroud, I won't even bother with the umbral yoke, but with the Bloodshot I tend to take it out because I do not want the shenanigans of dealing with that on top of everything else. So that's another one where the Bloodshot Shroud significantly differs from the normal Shroud. Normal Shroud, I won't even bother with that because to me it's just like an umbral thing. I can heal up afterward, but the Bloodshot, ooh, whole different ball game. This fight literally is taking up the entirety of the video, only because Bloodshot Shrowd is so BM. There we go, finally dead. Like every other creature can be killed in a matter of minutes. Bloodshot Shrowd just has excessive hit points when it appears in a heroic. That's the only problem with it. Like, I'm not gonna go down against it, or I'm not gonna need any tonics or anything, but it is going to be one of the most annoying creatures that you'll ever face. And again, only because it has an excessive amount of hit points. I get that the Bloodshot Shrowd was designed to be difficult, but the heroic scaling that they did for all the other behemoths makes the Bloodshot Shroud's HP go to like ridiculous amounts. So that guy's a pain in the ass. Not difficult to counter, but still a pain in the ass. Alright. Here's another pain in the ass. Sporestruck Embermane. I forgot. Normally I would counter this guy early, but it's actually unnecessary to do that. I should kill the Shrike first. And the reason for that is that the Shrike is a far more dangerous creature. than the Sporestruck Embermane. That, and I want to focus on the Sporestruck Embermane exclusively. Double counter. See, with a situation like that going on, what I need to be able to do is this. Now the good thing is that the Sporestruck Embermane has very, very low hit points. So, honest to God, if you just do your regular thing, he's not a big threat. Like, you can just kill him while killing the Shrike. That's what I'm okay with. The Shrike is a bigger threat because of its movements, its faster movements, the way that it'll hit hard. But its attacks are easily dodgeable as well, so... Double bop. I'm not getting to make good use of my UE here either because of the intensity of these two coming at me, but oh well. That's just part and parcel of it. I'll let the bombardment continue. Oh good, the Sporestruck Embermane's dead. As you can see, its hit points are so low that, you know, even at a low level, like even if just by like side damage, you can kill it off. That's how excessively weak it is in comparison to, say, the Bloodshot fucking Shrowd. Literally, I don't know why they decided to include the Bloodshot Shrowd in the heroics. I mean, he's not challenging, he just has a lot of hit points, so it like doesn't really do anything. It just delays your completion for no reason. And I guess for some people he would be a challenge. But again, that's why I always suggest practice your dodging. Okay. Now these two have bitten the dust. And we're good to go. Round 4 is now completed. Escalation level 90, we're going to fight the Agarus. So, with the Chain Blades, there's nothing serious or phantasmagorically special to do. Okay. Oh wow, took damage before it was even started. Go me. You gotta remember, this heroic version has some new tricks up his sleeve. Remember that when you fight. Same old Agarus, but new tricks. And that's why it's a good idea to, where you can, focus on his bigger arm. Simply because it will give you some options. As compared to the trunk. The trunk always has like poison and shit. So do be careful of that. Alright. The other benefit though is that your Savate UE, the more you dodge, the better. So where you can, where you see it starting to move and do its like Saruman thing. Sorry, not Saruman. The Ent thing. I always think of the Ents and Saruman at the same time. When you see it beginning to do that stuff, look for a dodge opportunity if you can. Alright. If you do not have one, one will be provided for you. And basically beat up all the tentacles. Now this is where you may need stims if it comes down to it. If. Alright. If you're relatively wise with what you do, you should not have too much of a problem. If. And there's always that if. So please realize that. Okay, now keep in mind one thing, the Agarus heals constantly. So please do not expect an easy peasy lemon squeezy fight. If you want to use tonics, please do. I will not be using them obviously because I don't need them, but you know, if you want to make it faster, you want to just get through it a lot faster, pop those tonics here. This is the time to use it. Alright? This is time to make it all good. People always ask me, Robot, why are you always doing these no tonic runs? There's no point, right? Wouldn't you just make it faster for yourself? I'm like, yes, I would. But at the same time, you know, there's no need for me to not show that as well, because if I don't, then how does that benefit any other Slayer? You know, I'm not here to benefit myself. I've already got what I need. So I'm here to benefit other people. And that means having to show them extreme situations. And plus, it's a challenge. It'd be boring otherwise. Well, more so than it already is, because these guys aren't much of a challenge for me. Now, you aren't going to proc your shock, probably. Because I don't recall ever being able to proc that shit on a Keystone Behemoth. Maybe that's just me. I love how literally all my attacks just like missed on that one. I was just dancing around there doing nothing much for a little while. That's okay, it happens. Okay, now it's on this last quarter and bada bing bada boom. Guess what it just did again. Now this is the point where some people will say, oh, you can just mount the creature as well. Yes, you can. Very possible to do so. Depends on whether you want to do so or not. Up to you, man. You may get mounts, you may not. Now, Savate UE does wonders for you, okay? If you haven't thanked Savate today for the peace and security of your nation, then you need to thank Savate today, because literally that UE is what will basically carve through this behemoth. It makes fighting the Agarus so much easier than it would be. under normal circumstances. There. Behemoth down. Now that took a while, but like I said, Agarus heals a lot, so he's annoying. But overall, it's not too bad. There we go. Heroic Escalation completed. Thank you very much to those of you who watched. And here's our thank you scene. Throne of Honor, Poony Poony, OnlyFan, JB Best Prestige, Zach NFG Prestige, The Forgotten Prestige. I appreciate all of y'all. Thank you for supporting my channel. December's top supporters: Bravo7910, Crampy D, Johnny Nara, FNX Killer 43, Zavi Uzumaki, Randomo, Alien Frost 80, Kazmanta My Lovely Girl, Zach NFG, Soul Crack, Galaxy Train, Calvin Maxi, Poony Poony, Rogue Assassin, I'm a Boxhead, Viper91. I appreciate all y'all. Thank you for feeding my family. And now, I'm gonna go roll off. Thanks for watching, and I hope it helped.